your take here going forward for North Carolina for this staff, because I think this was the failures of Saturday were not on one player; they were on the program, and I think we saw that. You've talked about that. Close us out.
Yeah, the biggest thing to me is that this team needs to reassess where they are in terms of, are they going to be a team that dictates to the opposition what they're going to do? Are they going to? I mean, we talked about this in the game plan podcast. If the motivation to play physical football and to come 100% committed each week is a struggle for you. If you need help getting motivated, then maybe this game isn't for you. And that that turned out to look like some of the problem in this. Um, I'm curious to see what happens to that motivation and to whether or not this team is going to continue to make strides in being the physical aggressor and and dictating on offense and defense to the opposition what they're going to take away and what they're going to do. And Georgia Tech is a team that can beat you. So I mean, I've said all year, this North Carolina team, as long as you got Drake May on your team, and that group of wide receivers, especially once you got Tez out there as well, this is a North Carolina team that can beat anybody. But they're not good enough, and especially in the trenches, they're not good enough where you look at that schedule and nobody on that schedule. I mean, other than Campbell, I'm not sure Campbell can beat them, but outside of Campbell, there's nobody left on the schedule that can't beat you. I mean, they could lose out, but they also could win out, right? The odds that they win out are pretty slim, but this is a team that you've got to decide, okay, look, we're not going to let this sort of thing happen again. And, Georgia Tech's been a pretty physical team this year. They're going to look at what Virginia did, and they're going to bring a lot of the same plan. And they're a team that also doesn't really throw the football very well, but they will test you in the running game. They're going to test your manhood. So, are you going to answer that bell? And then you play Duke, and Duke is a good football team. So far this year, Duke's been a better team than North Carolina. They've been more complete on both sides of the ball, and they are really good up front. You're going to have to bring your A game to be able to stop Duke running the football. Duke ran the football decent against Clemson. They ran the football pretty well against Notre Dame. They ran the football well last night against Florida State. So you better strap up and be ready to stop the run against them in a couple weeks. And this is where you're going to have to figure out what they've got to do, or what you've got to do to be in position to win those games down the stretch against teams that are going to be better up front, that are going to challenge you on both sides of the ball in that. And this is where the coaching staff's going to have to earn their money, earn their paychecks, because the schedule does get a lot harder from here after Georgia Tech, and we talked about that again this week. Schedule's not getting easier from here. After Georgia Tech and Campbell, it gets real.